No way my mic is bugging again. Oh.
But what is again?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you see, you just used the word again, and that's a word that we often use to mean a second time, or a repetition. But that begs the question, what is repetition exactly?
I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what repetition is. I want to know.
Okay, well, let's break this down. Let's say I pick up a rock, and then I pick up the same rock later. Well, that's pretty easy, right? I picked up the rock, and I did it again, right? So it's a pretty simple principle. It's just repeating an action, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But does that actually make sense? If repetition just means repeating something, then what exactly are we repeating? Repeating the action of picking up rocks? Repeating the action of picking up this rock? Or does repetition mean doing exactly the same action over again?
I mean, it depends. Depends.
But how much does it depend? See, as an example, let's say I pick up the rock and then I put it down. And then I pick up the rock a second time and I put it down somewhere else. Have I repeated myself?
Yes, you have. That's repetition.
Okay, what if I pick up the rock, but then instead of putting it down, I throw it? Am I repeating that action?
No, that's a new action which you have just done. Because all this entire time you've been picking up the rock and putting it down. When you throw it, even though technically throwing could also be putting something down, which does actually validate your point. But if you look at it
But if throwing is just putting something down really fast, and we can call that action repetition, it makes you wonder, what isn't repetition? After all, isn't everything just an action?
That's a good question.
It's just, you know, actions like throwing and picking up rocks and putting them down, we can point to them and identify them as new actions. But what exactly is an action? Is a thought a kind of action? After all, we're using the same brain neurons to think and act.
Yes. Yes. I don't think bro is listening to me. I've said yes twice. Yes!
So then does that mean every thought I have is repetition? Am I just endlessly repeating the same thoughts and ideas?
Perhaps that could be the truth. Yeah.
And if all of our thoughts are repetition, then what does that say about free will? After all, if our thoughts are just actions that we're repeating over and over uncontrollably, can we really choose anything at all?
Yes, you can actually.
I can, but how? If I have the same thoughts over and over again, how can I say that I'm in control of choosing my thoughts? How can I make decisions based on my thoughts if my thoughts are just repetition?
You get the choice of which path you get to take in your thinking. Even though your thinking is, you know, identical and repeating, you can still, you know, go down the path of your own free will.
I see. I can choose between different paths. But does that mean that all paths I don't choose are forgotten? Or are they always with me, influencing future thoughts and actions unconsciously?
I don't know, but listen, is this entire thing going to devolve into you being in my house and watching my every step?
Of course not. This is just me asking, what exactly is free will in the context of our repeating actions? What if I showed up in your house one day?
I wouldn't like that very much, because I don't know you.
So, is knowing a prerequisite for interacting with someone? Is it impossible for me to go to your house and interact with you if I don't know you?
You could go to my house uninvited, but I highly doubt you'd be able to get in.
Let's say I knock on your door. Will you let me in?
No. I mean, maybe because it's you, VSauce, maybe, but I don't know.
So if I show up, there's a good chance that you'll let me in. But what would be the reason for this? Why would I be allowed in your house?
Because you're VSauce.
Yes, because I am VSauce. But why? Why do you trust me because I'm VSauce?
Clearly have a lot of intelligent thoughts in your head, and you have been able to articulate that in a thoughtful manner on YouTube for millions to see, which has built up your credibility as a person.
I see. So if I, because of my reputation as a person online, knock on your door, I will be let in because I have a reputation for intelligence and integrity.
Yeah. I wouldn't let Logan Paul in, though. Actually, nah, I don't think I would. Without even knowing who Logan Paul is, I probably wouldn't let him in.
Because Logan Paul has demonstrated a pattern of poor behavior. So if you knew it was Logan Paul knocking on the door, you wouldn't let him in because of a lack of trust.
Yeah. Perhaps I don't want him to scam me.
So the reason you let me in your house is because you don't think I would scam or hurt you. And the reason you wouldn't let Logan Paul in your house is because you think he would scam and hurt you.
Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know about the hurting bit, because that's a crime, but... I mean, to be fair, so is scamming. But with scamming, it would be halting my further progress in life. But if he were to hurt me, he'd only end up in prison himself.
So let's break down why you wouldn't let him in. It's a trust issue.
Is this guy a
He has
therapist
shown
or
a
some
lack
shit?
of integrity, so you wouldn't trust him to behave nicely in your house.
Uh-huh, yeah, something like that.
Let's go back. I knock on your door and say, as I said, you trust me because I have a reputation of being trustworthy. But then, once I'm in your house, I start stealing from you.
Okay, that would not be good. You'd get kicked out. I would kick you the fuck out of my house.
Good. Let's say I get kicked out. Now let's say I wait a few months, and then I show up at your house again and knock on your door.
I would not let you in because you stole things from my house months ago. Because you stealing stuff from my house has shattered your perfect reputation in my eyes.
I see. You wouldn't let me in because my behavior earlier shows that I have a poor reputation
Bro is
as a
schizo.
person. But in this example, I have done bad actions, and I have a poor reputation, and I am therefore not let in. Is it fair to say that what allowed you to determine whether to let me in or not was based on your recognition and evaluation of my past actions as a person?
I guess so. Your past and present actions as well.
I see. So the reasons you would or would not let me in is because of my past and present actions as a person. Am I summarizing correctly?
Perhaps, yeah. I'd say that's correct.
I think we've done some good work here. But now let's take a different approach.
Oh no.
What if I knocked on your door and I didn't look like myself?
I would not know who you are then. I mean, maybe if you didn't look like yourself, but slightly resembled you, VSauce, maybe the same thing would happen. Maybe I'd offer you some help to go back to your healthy self or something. I don't know.
But you say maybe. Maybe you'd let me in, maybe you wouldn't. So
Correct.
is it fair to say that me looking like myself factors into your decision making about whether to let me in your house or not?
Really, no. It's about you being you. It's about VSauce being VSauce.
Oh, so me being VSauce is a factor into your decision to let me in or not. But why do you care about who I am? What's so important about me being VSauce?
Because you're the person putting your intelligent thoughts out into the world and building that good publicity, good credibility for the things that you say.
I see. You trust me because of my reputation as a person who puts out intelligent thoughts in the world, which I build by creating YouTube videos. So my reputation as a person who creates educational videos factors into your decision-making about letting me into your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
So the factors that go into your decision-making for allowing me entry into your house are based on me looking like myself, having a good reputation, and having a history as a person of integrity. Did I get that right?
Yeah. I'd say that's right, yes.
It's just, we have a lot of information. All of the factors that go into your decision to let me in are about past and present actions of mine. So all of those actions,
Imagine he
of
just
me
says I'm
looking
in your
like
house.
myself, having a reputation as a person of integrity, and having a history of being
see
trustworthy,
him.
all affect whether you let me in your house or not. But let's see if we can simplify that idea further.
Continue.
So your decision on whether to let me in or not is based on factors about me. But if you get right down to it, what you really care about is not me specifically. You care whether I will behave nicely. So the real question we can use to determine what your decision is, will you let a person who looks like me, has a good reputation, and has a history of integrity into your house, or not?
Probably not, because that's not you.
I see. So it's about me specifically. So is it fair to say that your decision to let me in your house is based on whether you think I fit that very specific set of requirements?
Yes. Wait, sorry, you didn't hear. Yes.
Oh, right. Let me repeat. Is it fair to say that your decision to let me in your house is based on whether you think I fit a very specific set of requirements?
Yeah, I'd say so. This.
So if I don't live up to those specific set of requirements you have, you won't let me in, right?
Can you say that again, please?
Sure. So based on the specific set of requirements you have for letting me in your house, if I don't measure up, you won't let me in. Is that correct?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes! This is so much
Got it.
brain rot.
So I
Holy
need to
shit.
fulfill those requirements, otherwise I will not be let in. Am I summarizing a good way?
Yes. Oh wait, he didn't understand. Yes.
Oh, I just said that in order to get in your house, I must fulfill the requirements you have in order to be let in. Is that right?
Yes. 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 Fucking
So the
idiot.
important question here is, what exactly are the requirements you have to let me in?
Be a good chill dude.
Oh, so the requirements to get into your house are just to be a good chill dude? Is that the only requirement?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I think I'm a pretty chill dude. I'm pretty laid back. So would you let me in?
Why not? Yeah, come on in, bro. I let the
Alright,
bros
I'm
in.
in. So I fit the requirements, so I'm let in. But if I didn't fit the requirements, you wouldn't let me in. Like if I didn't seem chill, for example.
You talk a lot like someone who is outside of my house trying to get in.
oh, but I've said I'm in now. I didn't
What?
seem chill at first, but then I said, hey, I am actually pretty chill, so now I fit the requirements and I'm let in.
Are you actually in my house, VSauce?
Well, that depends on what you mean by in your house.
Like you're inside of the house, like you're in the doorway, living room, my office. Where are you, bruh? If you are inside of my house.
Well, that's a pretty interesting question. You see, I would say that if I fit the requirements to be let in, I should have access to the interior of your house. I might not be at this moment in the living room or the doorway or your office, but I should be able to get anywhere in your house, right?
No.
Why not? What if I need to go to the bathroom? That's in your house, and I
Yes,
should be
you
able
could
to
go there.
access it, shouldn't I?
Yeah, the bathroom is the place where you're allowed to go. Yes, correct.
Why just the bathroom? I should be allowed to access anywhere your house, not just the bathroom. If I'm in your house, I'm allowed to go literally anywhere in your house.
Call Epic Games next. Should I call Tim Sweeney and talk about Fortnite with him? That would be pretty fire content, honestly. Dude, where am I getting shot at? Oh, we're there. Please repeat that. Didn't get it.
Let me put it this way. If a person is allowed to go in a friend's house, that person should have access to all parts of the house. Not just the bathroom, not just the front door, but any area of the house they are allowed to go in.
Yes, exactly. Allowed to go in. See? It all depends on the person who owns the house. If the person owning the house allows them to enter wherever they want to, they could be anywhere. But for example, if I forbid you to go into the basement, you can't go in the basement because I forbid you to do that.
Oh, so you would forbid me from going in the basement?
For example, I mean, I wouldn't. Basically, but personally, I don't think I would. Because I don't have a basement. But, I don't know. Anything happens.
We're just talking. So just if you did have a basement, you might not let me go into it?
I mean, really depends on what I would have inside of the basement, which I would not want you to see. But honestly, I'm not a type of person who likes to hide things, so I'd probably let you in the basement.
So your decision on whether I am allowed in the basement will depend on what you have in the basement. So what kind of things might you have in the basement that you didn't want me to see?
Kids. No. That's a reason why I muted to say that. Like, important family, heritage items, maybe. Or, like, a vault full of money where I keep my life savings, which I wouldn't want you having access to. Maybe some early, like, I don't know, some documents, which I would have in the basement. Lamau WTF.
I see. Documents, valuables like family heirlooms, even possibly a vault of money that you have saved up over the years. Those are things that
Don't
could
ask
be in the
anything else,
basement
because I will
that
say
you
kids.
wouldn't want me to access.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so based on those things in the basement, you might say that I am not allowed to enter the basement, and therefore I'm not actually in the basement. Is that right?
Wait, say that again?
Well, if I'm not allowed to go in the basement, would you say I'm actually in the basement? If I can be kept from any part of the house, at the discretion of the homeowner, can I really be said to be in your house.
Yes. You could be in my house, but not the basement, if this hypothetical situation was true.
Yeah, sure, but I'm not really in your house if I'm not allowed access to all areas of the house. I could only be said to be partially in your house, but not fully in.
Okay, but if I ate a hamburger at McDonald's and only ate half of the hamburger inside of McDonald's because all of a sudden I'm full, that doesn't mean that I ate a hamburger.
That's not really a good analogy.
Yes, it
You could
is.
still say that you ate a hamburger even if you just ate half of it. Because you could have eaten 100% of it, but decided to stop at 50. But I'm talking about not having access to a room in your house, even though I'm inside the house.
That's a perfectly good analogy. You're still in my house, even though you don't have access to the basement. You still technically have access to 100% of things that you are allowed to have access to. Which means you are in the entirety of my house. Which you're allowed to be in.
So it's not really about where I am physically, though. You're not talking about physical access. I could be physically standing with 1 foot in the basement and 1 foot in the rest of the house. And physically, I could be inside and outside the basement at the same time. But what you're talking about is whether I'm allowed to be in the basement or not. Yes?
No. You being half
you
in the
just said you still technically have access to 100% of things that you are allowed to have access to, which means you are in the entirety of my house, which you're allowed to be in. So the point is not where I'm physically standing. The point is whether you allow me to access certain areas of the house or not, based on whether I am trustworthy or not.
What is bro yapping about? what? Yeah. I think that does somewhat make sense. I don't know. Repeat it though.
I'm just saying that you're not talking about physical access, but rather access granted by you.
Correct, because I own the house. In this hypothetical situation. And the house owner gets to say whatever to the guests of the house. Not like say whatever, but forbid them and allow them to certain areas of the house. If someone says you can't go on the balcony because there are going to be some people working there or something, then you're not allowed to go to the balcony because the house owner said so. Same thing with the basement.
Exactly. And so in that sense, I'm not fully in your house then, am I? I'm partially in your house because I have some access, but other access is restricted.
That's wrong.
I'm sorry? How is it wrong?
It's wrong because even if you're not allowed to be in one part of my house, that doesn't mean that you're not in my house. Because I tell you to not go to the basement or the balcony or the backyard, whatever. That still means that you're inside of my house.
So in this scenario, the location doesn't matter? As long as I'm anywhere in your house, I'm in your house?
Yeah, if you're in my house, you're in my house.
So let's say I'm in the attic. In that specific scenario, I am inside your house, but you tell me I'm not allowed to be in the attic. Are you saying I'm in your house, but also simultaneously not in your house because you said I shouldn't be in the attic?
Just because you're not allowed to be in one specific part of my house doesn't invalidate its status as being a part of my house.
I agree it's part of your house. But I'm talking about the concept of being in someone's house, which isn't really about physical location, but is more about the permission to be in that specific location. Am I correct?
No. No, you're not. You're not correct because of the fact...
I'm not? So if I am physically located in the attic, and you come in and say, I don't want you to be in the attic, go somewhere else, and I leave the attic and stand in the kitchen, would you say that I was in your house when I was in the kitchen?
Yes, you were in my house.
But before I was in the kitchen, I was in the attic, and you said I wasn't allowed to be in the attic. So I went from not being in your house to being in your house, simply by moving from the attic to the kitchen, right?
No, the attic is still a part of my house because it's a part of the house. It's been constructed as a part of my house, And because of that status, it has gained the status of being a part of my house. Because you're not allowed to be in the attic, for example, doesn't mean that the attic isn't a part of your house. You're still in my house, even though you're not allowed to be in the attic.
But the attic is a part of your house. Doesn't mean I'm in your house. If
Yes,
you
it
tell me
does.
I shouldn't
Yes,
be
it
in the
does.
attic.
Yes, it does.
So is it
Yes,
a matter of
does.
permission or a matter of the physical location of my body?
Both. The permission gives like access. It gives permission to your physical location to be in the attic or wherever it is allowed. In this case, my permission forbids your physical location to be in the attic.
So permission supersedes physical location then. So it's possible for me to be in your house without your permission, which means I wouldn't actually be fully in your house in the same
What?
way as I would be fully in your
What?
house if I had your
What?
permission to be anywhere, right?
What are you talking about?
Let me simplify. I'm in your house if I have permission to be anywhere in your house. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. Technically, you could still be in my house without me giving you permission. That's how burglars are inside of people's houses, despite the house owner not giving them permission to be inside of their house. They still go in there to rob things, and they're still inside of the house.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You are saying, even if you tell me I can't be in the attic, that I'm not allowed to be in the attic, I'm still considered to be in your house, even though you, as the house owner, said I shouldn't be in the attic.
Yes, correct. That is correct, VSauce.
It's interesting, because if we say that I am permitted to be in the attic, we have to say that I'm 100% in the house. You'll have to say yes to the statement, VSauce is in my house. But if I'm not permitted to be in the attic, I'm somehow still in your house, even though I would not be said to be 100% in your house, right?
What?
But that's where the concept of being in someone's house breaks down, I think. To actually be in your house, I'd need to have your permission to be anywhere in the house. Otherwise, I might get kicked out of certain areas of the house, and that would mean I'm not fully in your house. Let me ask a question.
What the fuck?
If I'm standing in the kitchen, and then I go up the stairs to
What
the
is
second
going
floor
on?
of your house, and then
What
I
is
go
going
into your
on? I think I
bedroom,
broke him.
and you say, no, I don't want you in my bedroom. Get out. So I come out of your bedroom, and I go back to the first floor and go into your office. Are you saying that while I was in the first floor office, I was in your house the entire time? Wait,
Yes! Yes!
What?
Yes, you were in my house when you were in my office. You were also in my house when you were in my bedroom, allegedly. And according to this.
Okay, so you do agree that even if I'm in parts of your house where I'm not supposed to be, I think you're saying I'm still technically in your house?
Yes. Wait, repeat that again? I didn't catch that.
Okay. So if I'm in the bathroom of your house, and then you say, no, I didn't give you permission to go in the bathroom, get out, and I come out of the bathroom and walk into the office on the first floor and begin reading a book. Would you say that I was still in your house for the period of time that I was reading the book?
Yes, because you're inside of my office, which is a part of my house.
But there was a
When is
period
Marvel
of time where I
Rivals
was in
finishing?
the
Okay,
bathroom,
79%.
and you said you're not allowed to be in the bathroom.
shit.
So therefore, were you saying that I wasn't physically in your house, even though I was in the bathroom?
Can you repeat that again, VSauce? I don't understand. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm about to go insane.
If I'm in your house and I enter the bathroom,
Welcome back,
but
Riley.
you say, I didn't give you permission to be in the bathroom, get out. And I leave the bathroom and then enter the office, and you say, okay, you have permission to be in the office. Are you saying that I was not in your house for the brief period of time I was in the bathroom?
No, you were in my house. You were physically located inside of my house for that period of time.
But I was in the bathroom, and you said that I wasn't allowed to be in the bathroom.
Yes, you were physically in my house at that point.
So physically being in your house is not the same as being in your house, because
What?
I was physically in your house, but I was not in your house according to you.
No. You were in my house, but then I told you that you're not allowed to be in that specific part of the house. So, yeah, you are still in that part of the house, but I didn't allow you to be there.
So that's why
I'm about
it's
to lose
not
it,
about
chat. I'm
physical
actually about to
location,
lose it.
but about permission.
Wait, say that again. It's like a matter of permission. That's what you said?
It's a matter of permission, not physical location.
No, it's both. Because the physical location, like the permission that I give you, allows your physical location to be in the parts of the house which I tell you to be in.
But the physical location of my
I'm
body
about to go
does not
into
matter
heart failure.
if I'm not allowed to be in the physical location I'm currently in.
Should we stop talking to VSauce, man? He's been... I can't believe I'm in a debate with AI VSauce talking about houses and locations of houses. Like, which part of the house is my house? I'm actually about to lose it, chat. God damn, I'm about to lose it. Holy shit. Damn. Okay, who do we talk to next?